Hey guys, welcome back to Film Stocked. I'm Chris.
And I'm Andy.
And today we're going to be discussing Stranger Things Season 3. So let's get right into it. So before we get into our thoughts on Season 3, we just wanted to give a little bit of background on our thoughts on Season 1 and 2. So for me personally, Season 1 of Stranger Things is a 10 out of 10, and it's easily one of my favorite seasons of television ever. And Season 2 was enjoyable for me, but it definitely had a little bit of a drop-off. What about you?
Yeah, I really liked Season 1. Like, I love the story where it went. Probably like a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Amazing, yeah.
And then Season 2, a way big of a drop for me. I was not invested in it as much as I was with Season 1, and I really hated Eleven's storyline with her sister.
Very cringy.
But the last two episodes were really good.
There was that throwaway episode, and then it had a really strong ending.
Yeah, so like a 6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. So going into Season 3, we both had really high expectations, and fortunately, I think this season delivered.
Yeah, I agree. It was a lot better than I expected it to be, and I was actually questioning if I was going to keep watching this show, whether on this season or not.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it was good, so I'm going to keep watching it, but I was impressed.
Yeah, I highly enjoyed it. Right from the start, you get back into Hawkins, Indiana, and you see where all the characters are. It takes place in 1985, and I think, is it about a year and a half after the last season?
Yeah, it is.
It is. And you see, like, Hopper, he's kind of angry and distraught as he's kind of a parenting role for Eleven. And then you get to see Mike and all of them, and Dustin gets back from camp, and I really like the way they set up the season.
Yeah, I liked it. And then you get to see more characters like Max and Billy, and new characters like Robin and some of the Russians. But I think before we get into all that, we should warn you guys that we're going to be getting into spoilers pretty much this whole video. So if you haven't seen this season, I would just stop watching now. We both liked it.
Yeah, big fans.
But watch it and then come back and watch this. It's worth it.
Completely agree.
So I'm going to just get into some things that I liked. We can go through the episodes, not everything, but just some points. So the first episode started off with the Russians, and I thought that they were cool. You saw the T-1000 in that scene, right?
Yeah, you
when
did.
he choked the guy?
Yeah.
And then they showed Lexi too, and you see him in the future.
Smirnoff.
Yeah, that was a cool opening to show that they opened up the portal again, or whatever they were doing with that stuff. And then it went on to Hawkins, and I actually didn't like Mike in the first episode.
Wasn't a fan either.
He was a brat.
Yeah.
But I liked how him and Eleven were are closer now and stuff. But Hopper obviously didn't like it, and that led to funny stuff.
Very funny. I liked Hopper's character a lot this season. Probably the best season for him so far this show, I'd say.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
And so then after that, some of the stuff I liked was the mall, how they include the mall where they worked, Steve and Robin.
Scoops Ahoy, yeah, I loved that. And I think the production design for that mall is insane. The amount of detail put into it to make it look like an 80s mall is crazy, and it felt like you were in the 80s, and I loved it.
The Gwinnett Mall.
And then when they went to the theater, and you saw the Back to the Future poster,
that was good.
And then later they go back into the theater, and it's playing clips from Back to the Future. I loved all of that.
I liked Robin a lot. What about you?
Yeah, big fan of her. Probably my favorite new character, actually.
She was definitely mine. Not even a question. Yeah. I liked how her attitude in the first episode, she was keeping track of Steve.
Yeah.
But then it went on to show she was actually very smart, and she cracked the code. And then she went on with him into the elevator.
I really liked Steve and Robin's relationship throughout this season. And included with that group of characters was Erica, one of the new characters, Lucas's sister. What were your thoughts on her?
Yeah, I thought she was so annoying. I thought that she had some good parts, but last season when they showed her, she was kind of sassy, and then they brought the sassy over, but she did too much annoyingness.
She had some funny moments, but kind of got old after a while.
Yeah, I mean, she had some good scenes. As the season went on, she was pretty smart.
Yeah.
But kind of a throwaway character. What I liked a lot this season was how they showed the growing up of the group of the guys.
I love that. How Will was kind of behind everyone else, and he still wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and they were making fun of him. And
Will the Wise.
Yeah, I think it's kind of almost symbolic how he was in the Upside Down, so he's behind everyone else.
Yeah, it is. It's really true. But I liked how Dustin with his girlfriend Susie, who they finally show in the end, and when they sing, not a fan.
Yeah, it was all right. I thought it was kind of funny, but it dragged.
Yeah,
it could have ended a lot sooner.
But and then Lucas and Max, they were together most of the season.
They were.
And then Eleven and Mike, they had a lot of stuff going on too.
Yeah, they did. And included with Max is Billy, her older brother, and his character had a lot more to do this season. I mean, it's teased in the trailers. He's the villain. I mean, the Mind Flayer comes into him and uses him as a host throughout this season.
Yeah, the henchman of them.
Yeah.
I liked Billy, what they did with Billy's story a lot. A lot more than I did in season 2. He was just the hot guy jerk.
Yeah.
But in this season, he was still a jerk, but they really made him a cool villain, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
When they put him in the sauna test,
That was an awesome intense scene. The score was crazy.
Maybe my favorite scene of the season. Yeah, it was good as heck.
And seeing 11 use her powers again.
Yeah, and just like Max seeing him, it was just intense. Mm-hmm. That was one of the most intense parts. And like when they let him through, like calling him out, awesome. But where he ended up in the season, and they showed his flashbacks too, so it make you feel sympathetic. How did you feel about his ending?
I think that it's one of the best character arcs in the show. Yeah. I mean, you don't really like this douche at first. I mean, he is a douche. And then in the end, you really feel for him, and he sacrifices himself for 11. Mm-hmm. Very brutal death, and sad, that moment he has with Max at the very end.
Mm-hmm. And when he catches the mind flare. Yeah. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. But overall, I liked what was that actor's name? Drace Montgomery?
Oh, yeah. I think it's Dacre Montgomery.
Dacre Montgomery. Yeah. Power Rangers. But he was good. He was really good this season, so I was impressed with what they did with him.
Yeah, I was too. Hopper and Joyce's relationship this season was great, how they were romantically interested in each other, and I really liked seeing them together. It made for some really funny moments.
Yeah, they had some great scenes together, like always, and I just liked seeing Winona Ryder and David Harbour play off each other. It was just great.
It's great chemistry.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing I liked about this season was like how they incorporated the Russian villains. Yeah. Like the T-1000. He was cool when he got on the motorcycle. Of course, he lit up their car.
Yeah. What was his name? I honestly don't remember his name.
I have no
We're just calling him the T-1000 because it's basically an homage to the Terminator. But
yeah. What about the Funhouse scene?
Oh yeah, that was epic. The editing was great in that scene.
Yeah, it was awesome. It
was intense. Did you think he was dead?
He had the bulletproof vest. Yeah. But something that this season didn't do that well was the stakes. And that scene, the stakes were great, but the stakes for me weren't that high. I knew like pretty much nobody was gonna die because they're young kids. Like they're not gonna kill them unless they really like have guts. And like I feel like they got saved a little bit too much in the last minute.
I would agree. I'd say Nancy and Jonathan for me. There was like a few moments where I was like, maybe they're gonna do it here, but I knew that like the main group of kids was safe the whole season, no doubt.
Yeah, when those two were in the hospital, but those two, their storyline was my least favorite thing.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was the slowest to get going.
Yeah, the newsroom stuff was pretty dang bad. Mm-hmm. It just like really didn't go anywhere. It kind of did, but not really.
Yeah, with the rats, it's focused on the rats for like the first 3 episodes. It's kind of boring, just setting everything up.
Yeah, and the old lady, but as it went on, I guess they got better and better. They were more useful. Yeah. But I guess I thought one of them was gonna die in multiple scenes, but they didn't. So, and Jonathan went off in the end to college.
He did.
I wonder what's gonna happen with that relationship. Yep. But something else I really liked about this season was when 11 and Mike were having struggles in the beginning, and she said, "I dump your ass." That was a great scene.
That was one of the best lines in the season.
I really loved it. How Millie Bobby Brown delivered it. And let's talk about her for a second. I thought she was great.
Yeah, she delivers another great performance as 11, and she's really solidified herself in the role, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's my favorite character.
She owns the role.
Yeah, she's awesome, and I loved how badass she was this season, like throwing the mind flare around, and she just had a lot to do. She was funny. You got to see her be like a teenage girl go shopping with Max, which I liked for her character.
And moving forward, it's going to be interesting to see how she is in season 4 since she lost her powers at the end of this season.
Yeah, that thing sucked it out of her.
Yeah, it did.
And you saw like how it affected her in the end, like how she was getting the toy, trying to get the toy, and how she couldn't really help out in the final battle. Which that final episode was pretty damn good to me.
Definitely my favorite episode of not only this season, but I'd say the entire show.
Okay, I disagree with that, but it was a good ep. But I thought the battle, like, it wasn't like a real battle, but it was cool. Like, Billy was out there stalking them. The fireworks that came back to play. Oh yeah, it was awesome. Like, I just loved to see it.
And then Hopper, Joyce, and the Bald Eagle are
awesome character.
Yeah, I loved him. So funny. Are in the elevator. They're underground in the Russian facility. And that's awesome stuff. Very intense, and I love seeing the Bald Eagle and Dustin, the Scoop group, I think, or something like that. Yeah, Scoop Troop. Sorry, they are all talking on the radio. That's really funny.
It was really funny. It was hilarious. Dustin was so dang funny this season. It was probably his best season for me personally.
I agree.
He
hilarious
just cracked
character.
me up. So in the last episode, I thought it was very intense, but also very emotional too, which was surprising. And whenever they were like hiding behind the car and stuff. That was, like, really good stuff. Whenever Steve saved him at the last minute, it was awesome. But the emotional stuff with Hopper, and with Billy, too, but mostly with Hopper, his death. But I don't think he's dead, but I know that you do.
Yeah, well, let's save the talk about, like, the after credits for the end. But, like, if you just view it as that, as Hopper's death, it was very sad. We never saw a body though, which is why you think he's alive, right? And also, we can talk about the after credits, whatever.
I mean, his like final look with Joyce and like how he killed the T-1000 threw him in, see him in hell. Great scene. But I just knew he wasn't dead because they didn't show him vaporized, and they showed the scientists vaporized too.
Right, and then in the after credit scene, the Russians it's in a Russian facility, and it's like not the American, which hints at Hopper.
Of course. And they, like I said, they didn't show his body, and I just feel like they would give that character the right justice send off. So we're definitely going to see more of him, but I liked how they did the whole like letter. I really liked that.
It actually got me very emotional scene.
When that tears. Score when the song came in from the season 1.
Yeah, Hero, great I think it's called.
Yeah, great.
Fantastic.
Moment. And just like seeing them leave and going off, and like the buyers, and just seeing how that's affecting everybody, it just like was sad. It really was sad, and Hopper's letter was really dang good.
It really was, and as all of the seasons have done so far, it could end right now. Like the show could be over. I think that's how perfect the ending was. But of course, there's going to be a season 4, and I'm excited to see what happens with the characters in future.
Oh yeah, definitely. I really wonder like where they're going to take it. I mean, the Demogorgon's back, like we see that. I hope it's not like the more of the same, like opening the gate. I can't do that.
Yeah, I want them to abandon the whole upside down plot, like opening the gate, the portal. They need to move on from that.
I think, I guess they did because 11 lost her powers. Like they need to show like how she's gonna grow up and develop.
Yeah.
And some of the characters too. I mean, I guess if the buyers are gone now, that slims down the story some, which I like. But they just need to keep it contained. You know, work with what they got. Good. They have great actors.
I would love to see a human villain.
I think I would too.
Like Dr. Brenner, but just Dr. Brenner, not with like some other world to it, you know?
Yeah, I liked how they had like the humans and the monster in this one. And the mayor's still alive, right?
I believe so, yes.
So he's still out there.
He gets arrested at the end, I think, in like a montage.
So there's still some guys out there. But it was a great season overall. I like really enjoyed it. And I liked how also one more thing I liked was how the time span of the season was like a week at most, if that. It was shorter. Season 2 felt really big and crammed.
No time was wasted this season. No. Very fast-paced, highly enjoyable.
Yeah, for sure.
Stranger Things Season 3 definitely returned to the greatness of Season 1 for me, and I highly enjoyed it. I would definitely check it out.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot, and I'm back in for it, so I'm excited to see where Season 4 takes it.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be a wrap for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like this video, comment your thoughts on Stranger Things Season 3 down below, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would mean the world to us. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys. Thanks.